You're now tuning into the Prolific Vibes podcast with Ricardo Priestley. Thank you to all my listeners and my viewers that always come and show love and support us. This is a Prolific Vibe podcast where we always say positive vibes equals positive results, positive thoughts equal positive results. I want to thank you guys for tuning in again for another episode. Today's episode will be episode number 8, and what we're discussing today is we're basically telling people the play has been played out. The play has been played out. And I'm saying that and explaining it in this factor. Everybody wants to be the first one on social media, on whatever platform it is, to give information and say they're giving game. And a lot of time the information is flawed and the information is incorrect or the information is not in full. But just because they want to say they're the first or they want to get the credit of being the first or being the plug or being the one with the sauce and the juice and all of these good stuff, they just throwing information out there. No reference, no cross-reference, no follow-up. They're just throwing information out there because they want the pound, they want the points, they want the brownie points. They want people to know that, yeah, I did it first. And a lot of that information is incorrect. I'm not targeting anybody and I'm not talking to anyone specifically. I am just talking to the mass and seeing what the trend is and what's going on. I'm sure people out there probably thinking I think I know it all, which I don't. And I always say I'm always learning and I love to learn. But the play has been played out. And I'm going to say this, as nicely as possible. A lot of information and, we're going to call it play because, it's the lingo nowadays. The play that we showing and the play that we're telling people is played out because there's no more juice in it. We're using washed up information. And I'm going to say it nice and I'm going to say it to the point and I'm going to say it straight. A lot of the stuff that our culture and our people is picking up and trying to run with it and do something with it has been used and abused already by other cultures because they've been on it already. They keep it to their self. They keep it to their peoples. They use it to their maximum capacity. And then once we get a whiff of it, it's let me say it this way, is when it's already hoard out. They whore it out already. And things I'm going to say might offend a lot of people, but I'm not here to offend anyone because you already know we said positive vibes, positive thoughts, positive results. But in a lot of industry, in the real estate industry, credit building industry, funding industry, getting money, for projects and real estate and building back your credit, business loans, business credit cards. The information that we thinking we out here giving gems and giving brand new stuff is not brand new. Other cultures been out here using it and utilizing it, and that's what they use to leverage and been trying almost keeping ahead of us for all these years. And I'm fine with us getting information and now getting smarter and being wiser with it and using it. But I just wanted to bring it to you guys' attention. The play is played out and it's going to continue to play out because the minute, people see that we're turning into entertainment and we're running with it, they're going to find something else to keep to their people, their culture, their selves, and capitalize off of it. Like my man Jada says, black people depreciate the price of luxury. And it's not to be rude or malicious, but sometimes we talk too much. Sometimes we're too flamboyant and we're too loud with what we're doing. We don't know how to build as a group, as a team, quietly. We don't know how to build wealth. We don't know how to build our own. And once it gets to that level, then we can share it. No, we want to include everybody immediately. We're the inclusive race. We include everybody in everything even before we perfect it. And I'm not saying we shouldn't be that way because for me personally, I feel like our people are the most forgiving in everything, regardless of what we've been through and what we're going through. We're the most forgiving. So please, when I say the play has been played out, is because I see it and I know it and I hear it and I've been around it and I'm noticing there's things that I've heard and witnessed behind the scenes is now just things everybody's jumping on social media and talking about. So the play has been played out because we make it too cool before we even elevate and capitalizing off of it to throw it up on social media, because we want to feel like we're the first to say it and we're the first to do it, or we're the first to give the information. But sorry to tell you, the information you're giving has been played out. Other cultures, other people out there has elevated, capitalized off of it for them and their people when it was really good. You know, a lot of things we get the information on is after they change it. They start putting strict restrictions, rules, and laws on it, and then we pick it up, and then we're the ones struggling with it. Everybody already laughed, full their belly off of it, ate, feeling good about it, and now we out here struggling with it because we think it's the new thing and it's the play. You know, and like I said, I'm not against with anyone giving good gem and good knowledge and good information to elevate their people and to elevate your circle. But sometimes we have to understand that when we get the information and we're doing things to benefit us and we see that it's working, get your peoples right first. Get your circle right. Get your circle tight. Get it to a point where it's plug and play. Get it to a point where it's automated. Get it to a point where now we can pass the information on to another group of people, but we're not ready yet to make it public because we want to elevate and we want to eat off of this information to benefit our people. Because in the long run, everybody and let me not say everybody, every race do things for self-sustainability. They might not publicly come out and say it, but every race do things to sustain their race. When it comes to wealth, come to business, and come to knowledge. And that's fine and well. You know, it's good to be inclusive, but it's also good to be apart. Because once you're apart, you get stronger. And you have the knowledge, the wit, and the strength to hold your own when you're now inclusive with everybody else. If you understand what I'm saying. If you don't, it went over your head. You know, that's one of my favorite words. If you don't understand what I just said, it went over your head. This is not the platform for certain explanation. I feel we're in the day and age where all the information is necessary is out there for you to understand what we as a people, our culture has been through, going through, and will go through if we don't make the necessary changes. So again, I'm going to say the play has been played out because we're picking up information that we're getting that other races and other people has been using for years, capitalizing off of it, and then we were in the back wondering how they did it. And by the time someone from that culture or that race was nice enough to give us a piece of the information, we just ran and jump on social media with it. And just running off our mouth with it because we want to feel like we had the information first and we want the brownie points and the cool points for giving the information without cross-referencing the information and making sure we all eat in the shadows from this. And then, turn it into entertainment afterwards. Nothing is wrong with entertainment. Nothing is wrong with social media. Nothing is wrong with giving this information, guys. This is not what I'm saying. I'm not saying to feel like you have good information and hold on to the information and be selfish. This is not what we're saying. We are saying get new information that you know is going to benefit you, get you to the next level, get your people to the next level. Be careful with that information. Know how you're using that information before you go ahead and spread it. Because it's going to get to a point where we know how social media works. Once you put something out there, it spreads like wildfire, especially if it's information that people feel beneficial or it's going to be good information, apart from the negative stuff that also spread. But that's not what we talk about here. So if that information is beneficial and it's good information, it's going to spread. And people is going to try to use it and attach themselves to it to the best of their ability. And that market is going to get oversaturated because of that information. So now what happened when you have a market that's oversaturated? It's almost impossible for people to eat from it. So if no one is eating and no one is getting money now, either the situation is going to get to where people just start putting it down, and it goes back to what I was saying, when motivation leaves, if you don't have consistency, then you're screwed. So the people that's hot for the information and jump in doing it and try to do it and have motivation to get it done, and they see that it's not working out in their favor, they get angry, they get upset. They then feel like this is not for them or they can't do it. But I'm going to take it a step back and I'm going to tell you, if we had sat down with that information when we originally got it and not throw it up on social media and get the right information and get the right action and access to getting it done, getting it completed. And let me talk about real estate. Let's use real estate, for example, because it might be where people getting a little bit confused based on what I'm saying, because I'm talking somewhat vague. So let's use real estate. You know, a lot of people come out and they're saying wholesaling, fix and flip, you don't need any money. Yeah, you don't need any money. In a nutshell, that's wrong information in the first place. People have to understand that you don't need a ton of money, but you do need some money. Because for you to be successful, there's things in wholesaling that you have to incorporate in your model for you to be successful. Especially if you're in an oversaturated market, like I'm explaining. When you give information and it gets now oversaturated, it's just like a bunch of ants in a room just running around with nowhere to go. So the people that have the money, or somewhat of a little bit of money that's in the space, is always going to be beneficial for them, and they're going to elevate. So God forbid if they have more knowledge than you and a little bit more money than you. You're basically now playing their game, and it's not going to work out in your favor. So with the wholesaling, you need things like skip trace. You need referrals. You need real estate agents. You need lawyers, probate lawyers. You need people that's in the game that is going to allow you to get access to a lot of these properties that we would so-called say distress or below market value. You're going to need those people. And to be in the circle with those people doesn't come from you just driving around in your car like they want to tell you and see a distressed property and get the address online and go to the city tax collector's office and get the information and start calling. No. That's when you have 1,000 people doing the same thing and they're doing it incorrectly, because social media and the people that want credit and want you to buy their ebooks and want to call themselves guru is not giving you the accurate information, 100% accurate information. And that's where I have a problem. So I don't want anyone out here keep talking about the play and this is the play if you're not going to give accurate information, if you're not going to give 100% information. Stop talking about the play. Don't be like, this is the play, and you're not going to give all the information. So the play has been played out. People out here is understanding that, yes, everyone wants to make a dollar. Everyone wants to make money. Everyone wants to be specialized in and experience in a particular field, but don't use people's intelligence and screw them over. Don't use people's intelligence just for you to make a dollar and for them just to be blinded and try to start something and end up putting it down, because once the motivation is gone, they don't have the know-how, the path, or the consistency to pick it up. So like I'm saying, real estate, give people correct information when you're telling them about you don't need money for wholesaling. You don't need good credit to buy properties. Like, we understand in a nutshell, that's what it is, but don't take, my people, don't take 15, 30, 60 seconds of information of someone, what someone is telling you, and think that's what it is and jump out there blindly. Do your due diligence. And like I said, a lot of people just want to go out there, jump on social media and say this is what they're doing, or this is the play, or this is how you do something, because they want to get that notoriety. They want people to be like, oh, I'm the first, or you're the first to get that done. You know, that's how they're going to get popular. That's how they get likes. That's how they get shares. That's how they're going to build their empire. And I'm fine with that if the information is accurate and true, and you have an outlet for people to know start to finish how this process worked for you. If you're not just capping, as they call it. If you're not just capping, there has to be a blueprint. So I'm saying that to say this, back to my original statement. We as a people, when we get information that we know is going to elevate our people and put us to the next level, let's sit on that information and make sure it's not bullshit. Let's make sure it actually works. Let's make sure that our people, you know, your immediate circle, you know, the people around you, and then the people around them are benefiting and beneficial from that. So now once everyone see that this process works, the ones, of course, that want to be involved and the one that want to do it, and they're not yes men, or they're not, I'm going to get to it. They're not a I'm a person where they're going to tell you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and never do it. But the actual ones that want to motivate and elevate, once you have that team of people that get it done, and you guys have the blueprint to see that it works, and then now your community get a grasp of that and they see that it work, and now each community is passing that information on, and then we're at a level of understanding, a level of knowing where we have capitalized from this, then yes, go ahead, put it on social media, get the right information out. But don't be that person that want to just jump on social media because you get just a bit of information from a source, and because you want to feel like you're the guru and you're the number one guy in this field and you're the specialist, you're going to jump in and just give bullshit information. Or it might be 10% true and 90% bullshit. That's not what we want. That's not how we educate. That's not how we lift our people up. That's not how we get to the next level. We need accurate information, start to finish. We need to put it on paper, get our people to the next level, make sure it works. And once that's said and done, then yes, absolutely. Let's share it with everyone else. Let's share the information, because we're not greedy and we're not selfish with information. But I just don't want my people be falling for all the information they're seeing on social media and thinking all of it works. You know, it's just like you have people out there that's calling other people's bluff. They post stuff on TikTok, and I saw a commercial the other day. It said, TikTok taught me that. Yeah, TikTok could teach you it, but how accurate is it? So you have people out here living their life through false information without any cross-reference or any proof of what they've been taught or they've been told. And they're jumping headfirst with information they don't know if it's accurate or not. And let me tell you, if you live your life like that, it's not good. That's not a good thing. My people out there, my influencers, my guys in real estate, my guys in trucking, my guys in every business, my guys in funding, my guys in credit building, credit repair. You know who you are. You know who's the real ones. You know who's a fraud. You know who's the fake. You know who's just capping, as they say. Let's make sure the people around us and what we're doing is concrete and our people is elevated before we just throwing information out there. Because by the time we do that, and it's now something called entertainment, the play is played out and nobody wants to deal with that anymore. Nobody is going to benefit from it anymore. It's just like pyramid schemes. By the time everybody know and understand what a pyramid scheme is, the ones that already made all the money is gone. But you know what they do? They figured out a way how to convince small groups of people and spread it without it being something to talk about on social media until it now becomes a thing where everybody that's supposed to make the money out of it, make the money out of it. So now y'all could go play with it. I'm done with this toy. You could go play with it. It's already broken. You can have it. And in a lot of ways, when it comes to wealth building and information seeking and residual income and getting money, a lot of the plays has just been played out, and we are trying to now attach ourselves to it as a culture, and we're not reaping any benefit from it. We're just attached to it, and we're the ones who's fueling it and funding it, but we're not the ones making the real money because we weren't disciplined enough to take a seat back, not make it public, capitalize from it, let our people capitalize from it, and then we use it as education. No, we use everything as entertainment. We use everything as entertainment. So like I said before, a lot of people take our people and our culture for a fucking joke because all we are entertainment. So even when you're giving gems and good information, it's not looked as being serious. They still shoving it under the rug. You know what I mean? They're still saying, oh, they just know how to talk. So my people, stop for a second, really deep dive into the information that's out there and the information that you're getting and really see. A lot of this is for information, but you're taking it up and you're going to try to make a career out of it. You're going to try to make it your life goal to make money from it without you understanding and knowing the full information. And I'm guilty of it too. When I just started trucking business, I'm going off the information that social media is giving to you. You know, you can make $40,000 a month. You know, it's easy. You just need to have a truck. You could find a driver. You know, the trucking industry is booming, especially after COVID. Like, you're hearing all of this stuff. Like, I've been hearing all of this stuff since 2020 when we started. You know, got a truck and didn't know the first thing about trucking. I was only getting information off social media. And it was stupid of me because I didn't do my due diligence. I didn't have anyone around me at that time that knew the game and that actually made money off of the game, already went through all the hiccups, the bumps and bruises in the game to mentor me and show me this is not what you do. This is not how you do it. So buying a truck, for one, they don't tell you. One of the hardest thing to do is find a driver. If you're not a big company, if you're not a big trucking company that can offer incentives, it's hard to find a driver. Especially if you're not a driver with your own CDL, if you're not an owner operator. They don't tell you. When trucks break down, they break down. So if you don't have reserve money, everything that truck possibly made prior to it breaking down is going to repair that truck. So you're back at square one. You're back at zero. You know, they don't tell you when you're going certain places up north, freezing cold. If your truck ain't in tip-top shape, you're fucking stuck until the ice melts. You know, especially if you have bad tires and you carrying certain weight. That's a disaster waiting to happen. You know, they're not giving this information. They're not sitting down and showing you that blueprint. They're only making it seem like everything is fine and well. They're not telling you that diesel is going to run a third of your cost. Diesel is going to be a third of whatever you're making. You know, if you have a truck that doesn't give good gas mileage or good diesel mileage, it's not mechanically fit, you're going to burn more diesel than what you actually should be burning. Based on the amount of weight you're carrying, you burn more diesel. They're not giving all of this information. So for a young guy, young in the business that just, you know, had some money and buy a truck and want to get into business because how they you know what I mean? They put the cream on it on social media to make it look perfect and skip a lot of steps that they're not giving you the jewels on and make it look good. So that was my learning experience. That was my process of seeing and understanding when I say, yes, it's good and you can get information, but attach yourself to someone that's doing it, actually doing it, not just talking shit on social media and showing you the lavish part of it. They're showing you the end result. That's what people show on social media. They're showing you the end result of what it can be and not what it really is. And you're dumping your money and you're dumping your savings into these people, and they really don't have that A to Z knowledge. So guys, the play has been played out when it comes to a lot of this stuff on social media. We're getting it when it's old. We're getting it when it's done. Where was, you know, all these guys? And I'm not going to just say social media, but where were all these guys? This was going on 20, 30 years ago with a lot of this stuff in real estate, because real estate booms every year. Real estate has never stopped. All this knowledge has been out there. So I don't want to hear, oh, because the age of technology, so now you can actually see it. You didn't have nobody in there that's have these classes telling you these things. You didn't have anything on TV. You know, we had all these stations, late night this and late night that, BT and all of these shit to show our kids how, you know, entertainment looks. But why we couldn't have these information on various platforms? So I just don't want to complain and talk about social media. We were never given this information because they were holding the information until now, when there's a way of us showing what's really going on or what the information consists of. It's already played out and it's washed up. They made their millions and their billions, and they're already concreted in that industry or in that career. So it doesn't matter how much people know anymore, because they're the big dogs. They're the big players. So you guys out here, you know, talking about this is the play and all of that. Yeah, tell as many people y'all as y'all want. They never get to the position that we are, because we already figured out a way. So they'll never reach that ceiling. They're always going to be below, because there's laws and things now in place that we made sure got put in place and ensured that it was done. It's not going to be as easy for the next people to get to where we are in this space. It's okay not to know. The problem comes in when you hear about it and you don't research it the right way. If it's something that you're passionate about, that you want to get more information on, educate yourself on, don't take nothing as what it is or face value on social media, because you'll go down a road that you'll regret. You'll go down a road that you'll spend your last because you think someone is giving you jewels or giving you game or giving you juice. Don't take it for what it is. Do your research. Do the due diligence. Don't get played. Do not get played, because the game is played out and all they're doing is repackaging it in another way, in a cool way. Get the information that's necessary, that's going to propel you to the next level, that's going to get you elevated to the next level, to get you to financial freedom. Get that information and understand what it comes with from A to Z. Now, I'm not saying you'll have the A to Z information and still not go through perils and go through disappointments. You will, but at least you'll have the know-how or have someone that has already gone through it that you can call a mentor or a friend that will show you. Not someone that just sold you a course online and you spend your money and now you reach in a particular situation and you have no one to call to. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters? So that's all I'm saying, guys. Come on here, social media, to educate yourself, yes, for entertainment, but don't be blind and don't be quick to talk about this is the play and this is what's going on, because it's washed up, it's played out. Thank you guys for tuning in again to another episode. We have a lot of gems, a lot of information. We're also going to be having special guests coming soon on our show. I won't give that secret away, but you guys will see them very soon. A lot of interesting people, a lot of business people, a lot of people out here making it, elevating their lives, reaching financial freedom, getting to that next level. And I want to share that experience with you guys, continue to share that experience with you guys. If you guys are tuning in, listening to your podcast, thanks guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. If you're here on YouTube, big up yourself. You already know the vibes. You know, thanks for tuning in and tapping in with me. It's a pleasure. Until next time, when we chop it up, positive thoughts equals positive results. Positive thoughts equal positive results. This is Prolific Vibes Podcast. Love y'all. Take it easy.